Hello everyone and welcome back to another Star Wars video, and today I'm talking about a game that should definitely be made, post haste. But before I get into it, let me know in the comments what kind of Star Wars game you'd like to see in the future, and why not subscribe to the channel where you can see and hear me waffle on about Star Wars. What's not to like? So as we know, EA have recently acquired Respawn Entertainment and will invariably end up shutting them down at some point in the near future, as that is just their jam. But before then, they will be making the next Star Wars game, and from what I can gather, it's going to be a lightsaber combat game. This is all well and good. The only problem for me is that ultimately it is nothing different in terms of Star Wars games. If you think about it, the vast majority of games set in the Star Wars universe are either shooting, flying or Jedi based. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing, but it leaves a lot to be desired in terms of variety. And it got me thinking. A lot actually. I can't quite believe how much I've spent thinking about this, but there we are. I think Christmas has done strange things to me, but we're here now, so we might as well talk about it. And the question is, where is R2-D2 in video games? By the way, the Death Star DLC doesn't count, as that could have been any droid and it wouldn't have made any difference at all. I'm talking about the mouthy little trash can who knows no fear and would gladly sacrifice his own proverbial testicles if it was for the greater good. I don't know why a robot would have testicles, that doesn't make much sense, but if any mechanical being was capable of being hung like a bull, it would be R2-D2. I've fixated on this for far too long. My point is that he is one of the most important characters in the whole saga and has always been there through thick and thin and has never let anything stand in his way. Sure, he gets his moment in just about every other format, but I cannot remember a time when he was celebrated within a game. I think it's long past time that we got an R2-D2 game, but hear me out, it could actually be great. You could do a very basic linear game, which is literally moving from A to B, open that door, retrieve that item, electrocute that stormtrooper, but there is room for more scope here. What I'm thinking is a scenario based game where there are different types of situations to play out, be it a large scale battle, a rescue operation, or a daring escape from Mac Daddy Vader himself. There are plenty of options here. Each map is randomly generated within the parameters of the scenario, but the crucial detail here is that these skirmishes will play out on their own. The AI would have to be on point, but theoretically you could sit back, put the controller down and watch how the battle unfolds, and it would be different each time depending on the random generation. The role of R2-D2 wouldn't be to win the battle, but to sway it in your side's favour. There's a squad of stormtroopers headed your way. Hack into a terminal, seal the corridor and buy your team more time. The Empire have disabled rebel defences, enabling more ships to land. Get them back online and watch as Imperial shuttles are blown out of the sky. A stormtrooper has caught Han Solo unawares on a walkway and has got the drop on him. Ram him from behind and send him to his unfortunate but extremely satisfying death. You could in theory charge into battle, but let's face it, you wouldn't last long, would you? Instead, you act as the main force's support and have to move around the map, activating and deactivating various objectives. While it does sound like it could get old very quick, this is where the AI would make it interesting. The enemy would be constantly evolving and would eventually figure out that you're just as much a threat as Chewbacca forcefully tearing them a new anus. That is just a terrifying image. What this would do is create an experience where the parameters are always shifting in an organic way, where you can influence that shift and help your side to victory. Not only that, but you would feel exactly what it is like to be R2-D2 in a combat situation, slowly making your way to your objective whilst trying to avoid getting hit in the crossfire. There's a real sense of danger there. After all, you are just a droid and no match for the Imperial forces. It will be an exercise in problem solving as you learn the new map, find the objectives, adapt to the enemy's evolving AI and try to stay alive, keeping your team in the fight. But the main thing here is that it would be fun, interesting and something that is entirely different than what has come before. It would be a fresh and bold direction to go in, but one I think that Star Wars fans would enjoy. It may have to wait for a future console generation, as believable AI is crucial to making this work, but it's certainly an exciting idea and one that I'd love to see. But let me know what you think. Is an R2-D2 game something you'd like to see, or have I gone completely mad? It could well be the latter. But anyway guys, I'm going to leave it there for today, so thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more, hit subscribe. That'll be lovely, thank you very much, and I shall see you in the next video.